absolutely. What you are saying is absolutely what we are trying to do it, and we are doing it. It is a rebuttal. And mind you, what China did it. China did it in the July, 1st July, on the centenary celebrations of People's Republic, Communist Party of China. Then they have hosted and they have released on 1st January, showing it is something that's playing with the mind game, basically to target their own people, because they lost many people in Galwan. They were totally exposed. The people, it was targeted towards the people of China, giving a feeling that they are on the, piggyback in the Galwan. But the matter of the fact is that it was beyond, because there is a buffer zone. And there is a buffer zone from both sides at Galwan. That is the patrolling point number 14. That is what the Galwan is. Now, this flag coming up in our side where we are deployed, they have done it. It is a very good thing, and what you are saying, we are feeling very, very proud of. We have to keep doing this type of things. See the unnecessary, again, it is in news regarding the bridge. Bridge is 25 kilometers east towards, the finger 8 in the area of China. Of course, that is our area when we talk about that Chin area. They are making, to cross over. That is strategically a concern. That, strategic, actions will be taken in the area of both Pagangso North and South, which will do it. But it is a concern. They are doing deep inside that area. We don't have to react and make it that, they have come into our area. At the same time, we have to complete. It is in Eastern Ladakh, in Central Sector, also in the Eastern Theatre of ours. When we are talking about North Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, we have to be much more assertive. And all sensitive area and disputed area, we have to go proactively, which we are doing it. China is rattled. China is trying to match up. We have got the people deployed over there. They are trying to put the militia. These villages, 6 and 28, dual-purpose villages, which are in 2 tiers, Tier 1 and Tier 2, basically coming from these areas. We have to put our villages, our people over there, and not only occupied by the military forces, but by the people of, Arunachal, Sikkim and all those things. We have to develop in these areas and take our own people to that area. We have to make sure that, whatever the China is doing, it is getting exposed. At the same time, we are, the advantage, the strategic advantage we have got all along the 480 kilometers along the northern border, and we have to keep this advantage in our favor. And I'm very happy the way we are going about it. The battle groups are there. We have, put the strike corps over there, and these are the first integrated battle groups which are taking place. China is rattled, and we have to make the China absolutely rattled and sober with our action.
Right, Major General K.K. Sinha there, I thank you for joining us. Most definitely, this is a stern message to China that the Indian Army stands vigilant and stands and holds its ground in the Galwan Valley. This is a first for you on Republic. The picture of the 26 Indian Jawans with the tricolor at the Galwan Valley staring China directly back in its face. And we are getting you more updates on this tremendous image that we have received. We are trying to get you inputs. This is an image that came to us that was clicked on January the 1st. It was a image that was taken on the New Year's Day. It was an answer to the Chinese People's Liberation Army's propaganda. They tried to hoist their flag, but it was not in the same position as India. This is a territory that China has long coveted. For 20 months, China has been in a standoff with India, as it is in a standoff with many countries due to its expansionist designs. But the Indian Army has stood firm. The Jawans have stood firm. This is from Eastern Ladakh at the LAC at Galwan Valley. 26 Indian Jawans, as you can see, with the tricolor. The tricolor flies high in the Galwan Valley. A stern message then to China and all those who covet India's territories. It is a message that indicates that India's territory is only India's. It is inalienable from it. And that is something that the veterans who spoke to us have also echoed. They have spoken about how it is important to not let China's propaganda go unanswered. This was something that was sorely required, appears to be the consensus. And this is something that China will most definitely take note of and be warned.
Absolutely, Ankit, and knowing the Chinese and how they have been trying to exercise their expansionist policy across the globe and doing so with many of the neighboring countries, really to understand from experts to what the way forward should be militarily and diplomatically. But these pictures really speaking for themselves in several such videos that have emerged even in the past when it comes to how China is trying to spread its control on the Indian side, on the side of Arunachal Pradesh, and this picture, of course, China's propaganda has really failed. But what really should be the way to deal with China?
Absolutely. This is a question that a lot of countries are actually mulling over as we speak right now. Taiwan is also locked in a war of words with China and under the threat of what China likes to call reunification. This is something that India has also had to consider on multiple fronts. Like you said, on Arunachal as well, China is in the habit of putting out these maps which have geopolitical ramifications and that intend to make a statement of intent. Of course, I must say that it is no surprise really that all this is happening in the lead up to the all-important elections where Xi Jinping will seek most likely a third term. Now in China, the presidential term limits are for 2 terms, that is 10 years. That is something that he revoked in a couple of years ago. So now as we lead up, I think in November this year is when that election will happen. He is a shoo-in to again take his place as the head of the General Secretary of the Communist Party of China and the President of China and the head of the Chinese Military Council. That is the trioca of positions that the all-important ruler of China needs to hold to be as strong as Xi Jinping is. And that is perhaps why a lot of experts are talking about it, most certainly. That is perhaps why China is behaving belligerently on all its borders. But most definitely its designs on India have not been entertained. India has not cowed down in any sense of the word, and these pictures that you see today is something that was sorely needed. Like all the veterans told us, that India needs to answer China's propaganda with the truth, and the truth remains that the Indian army stands firm and stands guard and stands vigilant in the Galwan Valley.